Good morning, everybody. Time for another video. And I get questions, and a lot of times it's like, what kind of car to build? And then I get questions like all over TikTok. Oh, all the money you spent on that system, you could have a nice car. Could, yeah. Definitely I could. But then I'd put a system in that nice car and I would destroy that nice car. Which is kind of why I'm doing this video. What kind of car to buy? If you're going to do a big build, something like this or bigger, which this is like a medium-sized build to me. It's only 415s, but it does get loud, violent, and nasty, so it definitely hurts the car. And, man, if you got a nice car, you don't want to hurt it. Especially, like, you younger guys, if you got your first car and you're making payments on it and it's like a 2015 or newer, don't screw it up, man. I'd say if it's under 10 years old, don't screw it up. Save up your change and go buy you like a 90s or early 2000s car. A shit box. You know, it don't have to look pretty as long as it runs and drives all right and pretty dependable. Destroy that. I'm a fan of anything with a square body. That's why I kind of have a Jeep Cherokee. I just love that body style. That's why my wife has the like Gen 1 S10 Blazer that's really like squared off and boxy, because I love that body style. Just something about the square cars to me. But these Jeep Cherokees work really good, and there's other cars that work really good. I haven't tested a whole lot of cars. Like, this is actually my first wall build that I have ever done. So with it being my first wall build, it's been a learning experience, and I had already had this thing. It was my mud toy. You know, this thing has lockers in the front and back. It's got a Ford 8.8 in the back, which is a really good rear axle. It's geared and everything. Where I live at here, we got a lot of power line roads that are just mud pits and mud pits everywhere. So I bought this thing cheap, got it running, lifted it, and it became like my weekend mud toy. I'd still drive it to work, but it would be in mud pits every weekend. And then something happened. I'm like, I want to build another system, and you see what I built. So yeah, all the people commenting like, you could have had a nice car. I really could have. You know, I definitely could have had a nice car. But why? You know, I really want an H2 Hummer. Another squared off car, but I really want one. And I know I'm the type of person that if I get one, it's not going to be a no wall. I'm going to wall that bad boy, just because I like the wall life. And it'll hold more than this, so I would definitely probably do 615s in it, 618s, and H2 Hummers. They don't make good Hummers anymore. Like, they don't make the H1 and the H2. I don't even think they make the H3 anymore, which was kind of generic. But I shop around for Hummers, and it ain't something that you can get for 10 grand. I mean, you can get one for 10 grand, they're garbage, but a H2 Hummer that's in pretty nice condition, you know, you're around that 15 mark. And why would I pay 15 grand for a vehicle that I'm going to knock the windshield out of, rip the roof probably, you know, rip the doors and all that? I mean, even if you deaden the shit out of it, dude, you're going to screw it up. So why? And that's my advice to you. Don't buy a nice vehicle to do this with, guys. But what kind of cars work good? I think cars that are really squared work good. Hondas work really good. Apparently all Hondas, because the Johnsons, Walt and Wally, I mean, they've got CRXs, hatchbacks, and coupes, and they're getting pretty good numbers out of them with little equipment. Josh Skipper had 415s and was doing like 67s, I think. He might have got a 68 out of that car with a flat wall. So Hondas do good, especially the CRX. Them cars just, I mean, you can fart in that car and do a 59. But they get loud easy. So, I mean, it still takes a lot of work to get them numbers. I'm just saying the shape of the car definitely helps. And the cabin frequency in that car, like the cabin gain, those cars like over 60 hertz, so they just burp loud. But definitely, you know, try to find a car I get cars that I like. I believe I can make anything loud if I work hard enough. So get a car that you like, but also get a shit box. Like for those of you out there wanting to do a big build, man, get you a Ford Explorer or some like a Tahoe. Everybody does Tahoes. I mean, they're everywhere, you know. Ford Explorer's everywhere. Mercury Mountaineer, kind of the same as a Ford Explorer, they're everywhere. And you can pick one up under $1,000 and drive it home probably. So find you something like that. Cars that are harder to get loud. I mean, you can get them loud, but it just takes work. Pickup trucks and Lester King cab. If they're like a 4-door cab and you're wanting to build in that cab, go for it. If you want to throw a camper shell on the back and build the enclosure in the bed and take the back window out and the front of the camper shell and put the boot in there and fire your port through that, do that. But if you're thinking about doing a blow through, then you're more of a challenge. I mean, yes, it's been done lots of times with pretty decent results, but there's no way around it. You know, facts are facts. It ain't going to be as loud as if you had an SUV with all that in it. It's like I said, it's more of a challenge when you do a blow through, but it can be done. Hatchback cars. If you're wanting to do no walls, hatchback cars are the way to go all day. Or SUVs. They're I mean, awesome for no walls. So, you know, I mean, people wall regular cars. I mean, it's cool. It's a wall. It's just more work involved. But at the end of the day, get a car that you like. Know that some cars present more challenges than others. And no matter what, I always recommend getting a shit box because you're going to tear the thing up. I mean, you're gluing wood places that will probably never come out properly. You're bolting shit down to it and everything else, man, and you're going to hurt the car. So don't use a nice car. I mean, if you got money like that to throw away, then yeah, by all means do it. But like my cousin Cantel, she got a beautiful Escalade. That thing's been welded so much and ground and body filled and painted. I mean, she's beating the walls out of that thing. She's beating the sides out of it. I think she's ripped quarters, tailgates, roof, door damage, and everything else. And her side piece is a beautiful build. I mean, inside and out, you know, tons of money. But at the end of the day, she's killing that thing. And she pays to have it fixed, and she'll kill it again. And it's going to be a never-ending cycle for years to come. But it ain't nothing for Cantel to throw down on it like that, you know. Me, I just like having an old shit box that I can tear up, fix myself, and repeat, you know. And that's what I hope you guys get. But at the end of the day, get what you like. Everybody, peace out and have a good day. And as always, bass on, guys.